Welcome to the Mindset, Miracles and Manifestation podcast. I'm your host, Jess from uplevelwithjess.com. I'm an actress, manifestation mentor, and multi-entrepreneur, and I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, uplevel your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Mindset, Miracles and Manifestation podcast with me. It's Jess Paul. It's your host. It's your manifestation mentor. We're back. I'm so excited to be here. So, in this week's episode, we're going in on a new era that I've entered. I just liked it. I like to call these like new mindset shifts or perspectives a new era because we're always entering into these new eras. And honestly, this has come about since my dating journey. So a lot of this episode actually is to do with the dating experience I've been on, but this is also really about entering into a new era on how to deal with negative people, hurtful people, people who disrespect you, like those sorts of people in this life. Because if you've been on a healing journey or if you've been in this world of manifestation and mindset for quite a while, or even if you're new to it, but you're really interested in it, you will hold an energy about you that it's an awareness about you. And you will come into contact with people who don't hold the same awareness, and how you deal with these people and how you move through life with these people is ultimately dictating your own life. You know, like you can either really deal with this in a bad way and make your life a lot harder, or you can choose the easy path. And so in this episode, I'm really talking about my own experience of coming into contact with quite hurtful, disrespectful people and how I deal with it, because at the end of the day, I don't tend to attract very disrespectful people into my life anymore because it's a frequency that I'm not in myself. But when I do come into contact with these people, it's always almost kind of like a shock to me because I'm like, I'm not used to hanging around with people like this. But how we deal with it, like I say, is going to dictate the rest of your life. So this episode is all about how to deal with those hurtful people or experiences that you may come into contact with in your life, how to move through it quickly, and this new era that I've entered into. So before we get into today's episode, we have a new sponsor for this week, which is brand new. It's a brand new offer that I'm bringing out. And we have our little life update before we hit record on this episode. So our sponsor for this week is brand new, and it's something I am ridiculously excited about because it's something that I've been wanting to bring out for a while now. And honestly, the time just hasn't been right until now because I've just come through the first group ever in my Fame Frequency course, which is my 4-week course taking you through the codes, the confidence, and the strategy to getting noticed and booking the job as a creative, as an entrepreneur, as an artist. And I had this group come through and they all achieved amazing things. And by the end of the course, they were like, I don't want this course to end. Like, I want to keep working with you. Like, I need this support still and this accountability, because one thing that I've noticed really is that, you know, especially in the creative field, like if you're an actor, an artist, a content creator, someone that is running, a creative online business, like we really, really crave this accountability so that we can keep working towards our goals, because our goals are always getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so this brand new offer, this brand new thing that I'm bringing out is actually a brand new mastermind. And it's the first ever mastermind that I've ever brought out. And essentially a mastermind is a group of very high achieving people that are all working towards similar goals, who want to have regular accountability and regular support for growth in their careers and their businesses. And so my mastermind, this new mastermind, is called the Celebrity Mastermind, obviously, because we are in that frequency together. And this is going to be over the span of 3 months working together. So think of this almost like my one-on-one experience working with me one-on-one, but just in a group of high achieving people with you. And this is like a very select group. It's, I select people through an application process to make sure we're all on the same level together. And it's going to be capped at 10 people, but it's probably going to be more like 4 to 8 people in this group. It's a very personal, intimate group, but we work closely together weekly. This is weekly hot seat coaching, Q&As, weekly homework, very tailored and personal to you. This is the closest proximity to working to me yet, because I'm actually going to be getting rid of my one-on-one experience altogether, because I've just hit a point in my business and in my career where, due to demand and due to people wanting to work with me, I don't hold space for that anymore. So this is actually going to be the closest proximity, working on that one-on-one level with me in my energy that you can get. So if you've wanted to receive coaching from me in your business, in your career, in your life, if you want to excel and grow your business as an actor, as an artist, as an online entrepreneur, then this Celebrity Mastermind is going to be the best space for you. So if you want to find out more about this, then I am going to pop some information in my show notes for you to go and take a look at. Drop me a DM over on Instagram if you're on Instagram at Uplevel with Jess, because we can talk through it together there. But this is very exciting to me because I really feel like, especially with the people that I've already coached before, like I've had a lot of recurring clients, and just the biggest thing I always get told is, I just want to come back. I want to continue to be in your energy. I want to continue this support and this accountability. And so this is going to be the group for you. So if you're interested, go and check it out in my show notes, and hopefully I will see a lot of you there. Okay, life update for this week then. So I actually went to a networking event in a cinema theatre, overall creative place in Manchester area, which is where I live. And I've been making this conscious effort to get out more since coming back from California, since coming back from LA and traveling and, traveling the world. I have come back and made this conscious effort to make sure that I don't revert back into hermit mode, which is where I was before, because you guys know me. You guys that have been listening in on the podcast for a while, you will know that last year I spent a lot of time in this hermit place of, I didn't really go out. I wasn't really that social because I just energetically couldn't hold space for any of it. And this year, 2023, is my year of being social. It's actually, if anybody's into numerology, it's actually, I'm in a personal year 3, which basically, numerology. In fact, we could get someone on the podcast to talk about numerology, but it's just basically this concept that every number holds a frequency. And you can work out, what your personal number is and what your life path number is and all sorts, right? But my personal number for 2023 is a year 3. And that just basically is a year of being social, having fun, getting out there, partying, meeting people. And so far, that has definitely been the case for me. So since coming back to Manchester, I've been right, conscious effort. I'm going to get myself out there. I'm going to go to events, networking events, meet up with people. And, not only is that good for me as a person, but it's also good for business. So I've been doing that a lot more. Anyways, I went to this networking event, and before I even got into the networking event, I was just sitting there, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Can I sit down? Can I chat to you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he asked me what I did. I said, "I'm an actor." And he was like, "Oh, funnily enough," because he saw the way I looked. I was wearing my new glasses. I don't know whether that made a difference, but he was like, "I really like your look, and I'm actually casting for this film at the moment, and I think you'd be perfect to be seen for it if you are interested in auditioning." And legit, I was sat in this place for 15 minutes, and I already had this screenwriter come up to me and ask me to be in his film. I couldn't write that. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to celebrity energy. I was sat there 15 minutes before someone walked up to me and asked me to do a job that I want to do, that I have been manifesting. And this is why it's also so important to ask for what it is that you want. The universe is always conspiring to bring you the things that you're wanting to manifest. So if you don't ask for it, or if you're not specific with what it is that you want, then you're never going to bump into the right people, or you're never going to just get handed these opportunities. Like, this is how powerful manifestation can be in these moments where you're literally just sitting there and it does just drop into your lap. So like this was like a big deal for me sitting there, and I was thinking, damn, like I need to come to these places more often. And, again, then got into the networking event that evening and met some amazing people that are like really going to further my business and my career. And I think it's honestly just like a reminder for all of us, like if you want something, go out there and get it. Like after COVID and after like all of those years of people not knowing what to do and sitting at home being like, okay, like let's create an online business or something like that. Now we're getting back into this life where we get to be around people. So get yourself around people, because the connections that you make are so important, especially in your career if you're a creative, but also just in life, like who you're going to meet. Like if you're looking for a potential partner, like the only way you're going to meet those people is if you get out there. And if you're embodying this celebrity energy, then you're more likely to have people come up to you because you're going to be magnetic. So this is my life update for this week. I have been sent all the information over about this film, so who knows, this might be something that's going to be happening very soon for me. And again, complete manifestation. Okay, so let's get into today's episode then. So we're talking about how we move through these experiences with people, or just like experiences altogether in life that can be quite hurtful or can make you feel quite disrespected or just not on the same frequency as you. Because let's be honest, right? However much we're playing in a frequency, there are always going to be times when we come into contact with people who are not vibing in that frequency too. And this could also be this could be complete strangers. For me, as I say, like I've been going on a journey in dating where I've been meeting a lot of different men, and a lot of different men from a lot of different backgrounds. And sometimes you come into contact with these guys and you don't really know them that well, and then you figure out quite soon that they are not vibing at your frequency. And these are strangers that come into your life. But also in life, it could be business partnerships, or it could be friendships and family members that are just not on the same level as you. And working out how we deal with these people and move through these moments is honestly all down to you, and down to you taking responsibility for your life. And as I said before, you can either take the difficult route and make it about yourself and be really hurt in these situations, or you can take the easy route. And so in taking the easy route, because this is really what we want to aim to do, is we want to always be, down this path of least resistance or most ease, right? Because when we're in that path of most ease, then we're going to be attracting good things into our life. So the era that I've entered into, essentially, after, going on this dating journey and coming into contact with men who, like, I'll be honest, have been totally disrespectful, like, to myself as a woman and my character, and like they've just disrespected me a lot. And like they've done things like ghosting. Like ghosting has like been a big thing that I've discovered in the dating scene in my late 20s, where I've been like, wow, I did not realize how much of a thing this was. I don't know whether anybody else has had this experience of being ghosted by men or in dating themselves. Like if you have, DM me, let me know, because I can't be the only one that is having this whole experience go on. But again, it's not even something that I like to talk about that much, because I don't want to keep it in my frequency, but it has been something that has happened to me, right? So like just this disrespect, this ghosting thing, but even if it's not in dating for you, like it could just be, again, like massive disrespect that you've been seeing in work, in your career, in business, like bitching, like people not being nice, people bad-mouthing you, like all of these different like icky frequencies that we can find ourselves in, and we're like, damn, how did I get here, right? So the era that I've entered into after these experiences is my okay, have fun era, right? So someone chooses to disrespect you, okay, have fun. Someone chooses to ghost you, okay, have fun, right? Someone chooses to badmouth you or, reject you personally in some way, okay, have fun, right? And essentially this frequency that I'm playing in is a frequency of laid back, like leaning back energy, where I'm like, you do you, right? You do what you think makes you happy in this moment. Because the thing is, when you come into contact with these people, when you've been, on this self-development journey, but you randomly come into contact with one of these people, and like I say, I'm not used to it because it's not really the frequency I vibe in. When I do, it shocks me a little bit because I'm like, wow, I don't hang around with people like this. You got to understand that it's nearly always never anything to do with you. Right? And the thing that humans like to do a lot is we like to make it about us. Like we go into this self-obsession thing where we're like, everything's about me. The world revolves around me, which, yeah, of course your world revolves around you, but there's also other people in this world. And these other people are learning their own lesson. So, sometimes when you come into contact with this person, you end up, it's kind of annoying, but you end up just being collateral damage. Like, it's actually got nothing to do with you or your life or what you're even attracting in, because again, like a lot of the time, like people can think, oh my God, am I attracting these people into my life? No, not necessarily. Like, this person might have attracted you for some reason. But what you've got to understand is that this person that's come in, it's their own lesson that they need to learn. And, unless you're incredibly toxic as a person, then of course you'll be attracting toxic people into your life. So, you got to check up on yourself and be like, are you being toxic? But if you're not, if you know that you're being a genuine person, you're into your self-development, you're on this journey, you are self-aware, and you're still coming into contact with these people like I have, where I've been, disrespected by men or ghosted by men, and I'm like, I don't play in that frequency. Why is that happening? It's not because I have attracted it, it's because this is for the other person involved. This is for their own journey, and this is for their own mistakes, and this is for their own lessons. And I like to call these people that you come into contact with messy people. And listen, like I've been a messy person before, but now that I know I'm very self-aware, I can pick out the messy people from the put together, cleaned up people, right? And when someone has been messy with their energy, when someone, like I say, has disrespected you or been negative towards you, that's their own thing that they have to clean up. Like, don't start trying to clean up other people's messes. When they've been messy with their energy, when they have, hurt you in any way, don't start trying to clean it up yourself, thinking that it's something that you've done yourself, thinking that there's something wrong with you, thinking that, you're always going to have this or people don't like you. Like, stop trying to clean it up yourself. Like, be lent back and tell them, okay, have fun with it. Like, go and have fun with this mess you're making, because nearly always as well, these people that are being toxic or that, have had a lot of trauma behind them that have made them act in this way, they nearly always never are happy with their own bullshit, okay? They're never happy. So, like, if you're lent back and you're just in this energy of like, okay, cool, go and have fun with it, they're never really going to have fun with it. But that's a lesson that they need to learn in their own time. So this is all about really living in this, like, untouchable energy of, it's all right. Like, you can go and have fun with however it is that you want to show up in life, however it is that you want to be around people. That's your own lesson to learn. That's nothing to do with me. Go and have fun with it. You're most likely not going to have fun with it, so enjoy that, but it's just being in that untouchable energy. And listen, at the end of the day, like, these experiences can hurt us, like, and we are supposed to feel our feelings. Like, as I say, like, I've been through some things in the dating experience that have really hurt me and really, like, knocked me back in terms of just confidence, really, as a woman to show up in dating in this day and age. And, I had to feel that. I had to let those emotions out, but it's being in this constant, like, lent back energy of like, I am so in tune with myself. And this is, again, if you want to be in this, okay, have fun era, and you want to be lent back and you want to be untouchable in this way, this is all about how much you respect yourself first and foremost. And it's funny because, this whole disrespect thing, like, I was listening to a TikTok about what your values really are. And again, especially for dating, but also in business and in friendships and in like relationships in general. Like, what are your values? Because these are the things that you want to be getting super clear on so that you can attract these things that, what you want into your life. And, this guy was saying, like, you can figure out your true values, because a lot of time people would be like, oh, it's integrity and authenticity, like, as a value. But if you want to figure out your true value, it's what you've been triggered by. okay, in the past, well, anything that's happened to you that you've been triggered by, it's like, okay, how can I, like, you can figure out what you want through that. So for me, I've been highly triggered by this disrespect that I've been seeing, from men. And it's been triggering me, it's been hurting me, it's been making me feel like a certain way. So that's how I know, for me, like in a relationship, respect is one of my biggest values. And that goes for any relationship. Like I said, it can go for the men in my life, but it can also go in career, in business, in clients that I'm working with. If people don't show me the respect, then I can't show you the respect back. And so again, it just like swinging back around to this value. If you don't respect yourself, like if you don't understand who you are as a person, if you don't like, if you're not able to own who the hell you are and, stand up and be like I'm an amazing person and this is what I have to offer, then again, you're not going to find people respecting you in that way. But also you're going to find it more difficult to be in this okay, have fun era, because you're going to be constantly thinking, what is it about me? Maybe I'm not good enough. And that's like leaning in energy, right? So this is about taking responsibility and what you're choosing in your life, because, we always get to choose. We get to choose what frequency we're in. We get to choose how we deal with situations. We get to choose how easy this life is or how difficult it is. And again, this all comes down to how you deal with the situation. So when it comes to taking responsibility, this is actually a really important conversation, because when we do come into contact with these people that hurt us, and like I say, it's not necessarily, you're not the reason this has happened. So you need to start taking it away from yourself. Like, again, stop the self-obsession. It's not always about you. It is about this other person, and they're stumbling through you. Like, again, you end up being collateral damage, but they're stumbling through you to learn their own lesson. So it's got nothing to do with you. So this isn't about taking responsibility for why this has happened. Like when I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, why has this boy ghosted me again? Is it something to do with me? Am I attracting it? Like, this is such a waste of, these questions I ask myself are such a waste of my energy, okay? It's nothing to do with why it's happened, right? I shouldn't be taking responsibility for that. But what I can be taking responsibility for is how I deal with it, how I move through it, right? Because you can't shelter yourself from these people or these experiences. Again, let's say you're in the acting industry or creative industry or business, and you're constantly getting rejected by people, and it starts to feel like a personal thing, right? It's not always about you. These things that happen in your life, therefore the other person involved to learn lessons, to do what they need to do on their own journey. And when we can take ourselves away from the equation and actually be like, okay, again, lent back in your energy and not make leaning in so much thinking, oh, it's me, this is all my fault. You're going to make things 10 times easier for you. So the responsibility doesn't come in why it's happening. The responsibility comes in how you deal with it, how you move through it, because at the end of the day, we live in a world of polarity. There's gonna be things that go on that are negative, that don't feel great, that are a curveball in your life. And if you're not equipped energetically to move through it quickly, then it's always gonna feel like it's something to do with you. You're always gonna make it about yourself, and it's always gonna feel really super hard moving through it. So think about the era that you're stepping into. Think about what you're choosing. Are you choosing to lean in and make things about you and get hurt in the process when someone comes along and disrespects you? Or are you choosing to lean out, lean back, and be in this, okay, have fun era, go and do what you need to do, because I know you're not going to have fun anyway, but you're not going to touch me in the process, right? Being in that era, it's a choice. At the end of the day, it is a choice to live a life of ease. And for me as well, being in this celebrity energy, I choose ease every day. I choose to be the celebrity. I choose to be the person that people come towards. I am not that person that's going to go towards the mess and try and clean up the mess that somebody else has made. I respect myself too much for that. So ask yourself as well, throughout the week, this week, when you're coming into any kind of contact with anything negative, whether it's in your career, in your business, or whether it's in relationships, relationships, like where is your energy going? Is it going in, like leaning in, or is it leaning out and going, you can come towards me, you can deal with your own mess, clean your own mess up, but I'm going to be sitting here like on my throne, and you can come to me when you are cleaned up, right? That's the energy, the frequency we want to be in here. So I hope this episode has helped you. Like I said, we can't shelter ourselves from these things that happen. We can't shelter ourselves from these negative or disrespectful people in life. It's just a part of life. And, the more that we can move through it quickly and easily, like the easier life we're going to have. So if you've enjoyed this, let me know over on Instagram, like tag this on your stories. Again, love to see who's listening in. And if you are interested in joining my celebrity mastermind, my brand new mastermind, which I'm so excited about, if you want to get involved, you want to be coached by me in a very, very intimate personal space over the space of 3 months, getting all of the things in there, mindset, manifestation, business, career, money as a creative, money mindset, like going through all of this together in one big journey very closely, then hit the link in my show notes. You can go and have a look, have a read about it there. Drop me a DM over on Instagram at UpLevelWithJess. We can chat through it together. But other than that, go and have a lovely rest of your week. Respect yourselves. Step into that okay, have fun era. And I'll chat to you all soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at UpLevelWithJess so I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love from your girl, Jess.